In my last video, I talked about how to validate a field that is empty. And today we're going to cover on limits, on digit limits. So there are two types. One is the range and the other is the digits cannot exceed a particular limit. Okay, so in range, for example, if you have here, you have a scale max of 8, let's say, so you cannot exceed beyond that and you cannot go below 1. And in digits limit, you have maximum $999.99, for example. So now let's look at how to add that. So I'm under System Validation Constraints. Click on this arrow, Max Constraint, Range Validation. Let's remove the space. Maximum value, let's say I'm going to add 8. And the compose type, we're adding it for the price here. I have another instance open. So we're going to add it to scale. Let's check that field name. It is min QTD. Inside price row, we're going to add min QTD. That's the field. So this is the maximum. And we're going to leave this blank. Okay, we're going to use the default message error, create. Now we have to create another one for the minimum. So minimum constraint, range, validation, min, let's say 0, cannot go below 0, or actually below 1. Price row, we have min QTD. Next we're going to leave it error. Okay, now let's run this validation rule. And I'm going to refresh this page, and if I enter 0, it's going to show me the attribute is skill must be greater than or equal to 0, equal to 1. So it says greater than here, right? So now if you add 9, it's going to tell you must be less than or equal to 8. So if I add 8 here, this is going to work and it's going to save it for me. Okay, but we're going to revert this back to what it was. Okay, now that's added. Now let's look at another constraint, which is adding the limit of digits. Maximum I cannot go, or yeah, maximum I can go is $999.99. So digits, digit validation. Here it gives you all both in one place. So you cannot exceed 3 digits and you cannot exceed 2 fraction, which is decimal. So it will be in this format, 3 digits and 2 decimals. Okay. And this is also price row type. And it's going to be price. I'm going to use the defaults. We're going to leave it at error. Now in my last video I talked about where these come from. How do you define these, distinguish these? So if you look at that video, it will guide you a little more. And also I talked about impacts and how these error message will impact if you try to insert something using the impacts files. So I'm going to click on done. Reload the validation engine. Okay, now let's go to this one. Refresh. Now this price is fine. And I want to warn you about something very important. Let's say let's look at the example first. If I go for, it's going to give me the error that I cannot exceed 3 digits in this format. Okay, the attribute price has an invalid numeric syntax, 3 digits and 2 digits expected, which means should be like this. Okay, and it works. Now let's ignore this for now. Let's pick up on another product. Let's go to price row. Okay, let's see this one, home theater 3000. I know we're in a different product catalog, but I want to show you on the price. So be careful on this. If you are adding a limit here and you already have so many prices that are incorrect, things can possibly break. So be careful on that. Make sure you have, when I loaded this page, see it showed me as expected this one. So please be careful on adding these validations if you're applying it on an existing format, and if your data is already in the wrong format, you will have to do a lot of fixes. So fix the data first and then apply these values. I hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.